Okay, this is gonna be a cool one. So, I ordered myself a Harley Benton do-it-yourself guitar kit. This is a Strat type, and I'll just get the box on the floor, get stuff out, and we'll see if I can actually work with this. And I have built guitars, so if there's minor issues with it, I can work with them, and I'll of course make a review in the end about this, but I just hope that there's not any major things, and especially with the neck. So we'll just take a quick look first, and I'll see if I can continue working or if I'll have to send it back, but that's the first thing I'll do. This one was 85 euros, I think. I actually do have one build-it-yourself kit. It's a great guitar when you set it up properly. But yeah, here we go. Alright, so the neck is in this box, I think. So, and that is the main thing I'm anxious to see, because this really defines if I'm gonna keep it or... Oh man, yeah, it looks really good. It looks really good. It feels great, and it seems it's pretty flat. The radius is, yeah, I am. This is not looking bad at all. So first thing, like I said, the neck looks pretty straight. So I'm just gonna see. Oh, there actually, let's see, there might be some relief here. And how does the... Yeah, the fret ends, I knew it. These need some work, but that might be due to just, you know, wood shrinking, wood lives. So, you know, that could be it. There's some residue from taping over here. That doesn't matter, I can get rid of that. Of course, this I'll have to cut myself. I'll check if the truss rod works before I get to work. And if the neck has some... I'll have to get my tool out. Yeah, so the first thing is that the frets are actually leveled, and I don't know. I'll actually go and look if I have my tool. Yeah, I might need to do some work on the frets, and I'm expecting that because these need to be leveled, so I can actually get the action low as I like. And yeah, so that's the thing I need to do. The wood feels a bit dry. It's not so smooth. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a little bit of oil, I think, also. I'm gonna put it together and then I'll know if I need to really like start leveling these. But it looks like I might have to. But other than that, they're running straight. It doesn't seem like they're crooked like this, which I was afraid of. So dots are on the right places, right? So yeah, I can work with this. So that's cool. That's cool. Let's put that there and keep it. And this is, I'm not sure which. Oh yeah, and here are the instructions. And I am not sure about what wood this is. I have built guitars and I wouldn't give them a clear coat because that's something I don't want to be doing. So I actually like these plain guitars that are left untreated. There's no like sanding residue thing. So this is what I actually prefer from my guitars. It's a 1, 2, looks like 3 pieces. This middle piece is kind of funny. It's like doo doo doo. So 3-piece body. I'm not sure if this is like the full thickness of the usual Strat. I'm not totally sure. I'll have to, but it feels good. You can see some like it's not that finished, and I don't care. I'm gonna leave it like that. So I'll just check if the neck goes into the pocket. Oh yeah, it does fit. So I think we are able to move forward with this. And then what I do suspect out of this one, everything looks fine here. The cavities, the routings are fine. That looks a bit small, so that just looks a bit small. But the neck goes, I'm gonna actually do another test fit. The neck goes there nicely, and it actually looks to be going straight, so that's good. So the next thing I'm anxious about are these. So I'm gonna measure carefully when I begin to assemble this. I'm gonna put the neck there. I'm not even gonna screw it in, and I'm just gonna check if the strings are gonna run straight. If it looks like this is not gonna be aligned, I'll need to fill these, which is a pretty simple job, but I need to fill these and drill new ones. If they are actually in the right place, I don't have to do that, and I can just go on, get to the build. All right, and then let's check the parts. So here are the parts. A set of strings, which I am going to use when I'm setting this up. It looks like it's a set of, I don't know what set, let's say it's probably 9 or something. And then the Pickguard, which comes actually already assembled. And it's with these, this thing is like a fast hookup system, and it goes onto the jack over here. Yeah, these all will work just fine. The pickups, nothing special here. I think ceramic pickups, so these bowl pieces are just bowl pieces, and this is where the fun begins. So I'm gonna make a video about winding your own pickups. I've made myself a pickup winding machine, and I'll make a video about that too. It's a really cheap one out of some parts that I took out of a printer, and then a few things I ordered from eBay years ago. Those were really cheap. And yeah, you can build yourself a working machine for cheap. And yeah, nothing special here. I might actually change these pots and use these small ones somewhere else. I am gonna use that. This is like works. I am not, what kind of, I would assume those are 47 NF caps here. Let me actually check. Yeah, 47. And yeah, that's your stock one. You can do some mods on these, but I think I'm gonna wire this one up as really like stock Strat. Yeah, that's pretty handy. It just comes like that, and you can just pop it on there. Yeah, everything looks to align. That's great news. So far, so good. And the fun thing about this is this is only 85 euros. If you get the crappiest part probably about this is going to be the tuners. Yeah, they feel like they're not gonna be too good. You can already kind of feel it. But I can get new ones, better ones, for let's say 20 euros. Back plate, that's funny. What? That's quite unusual, at least. But I usually leave that off anyways. I don't install it. And yeah, then you have this thing. Oh, and it comes with the little. I might actually just install it without this. Who knows? It's not bad. And then I'll say it looks pretty good, pretty good. And how about this? Let me see. I'll take the, if I feel too much resistance when I stick this in. No, that works fine. So everything's good. All the, I always, this is a tip I'm gonna share right now. Lock washer over there. Because these are known to like start doing that, and then it's gonna get loose, and then these are gonna get break off, and then you're not gonna hear anything and blah. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do is find a lock washer, put it there, and this is gonna be much better. But yeah, I am actually really, oh, it's a bit rough there. But that's gonna just wear down. I'm gonna wear it down. Gonna relic this. Yeah, no. Not too soon anyways. All the hardware seems to be here, I'd say. Let's see. Yep, I think so. Yeah. So yeah. We are ready to put a guitar together, and then I am going to tell you if I am happy with the purchase, and we'll see the steps I need to take, or if I need to take any steps to make it well playable or more playable. And I also already covered a few tips. But so far it looks pretty good. Next thing I am going to check is I'm going to check how this is aligned with the neck. And if it's good, I'm going to put the neck on. And then put the strings on and see if I need to work on these. Oh, and yeah, this one I have to go to the wood shop, and I'm going to do some like weird... And I might just freehand it. Usually I might take a router bit and then do something nice, like a stencil first, and then with that do the shape. But I'm gonna do my own thing with this headstock, and yeah. Oh, and damn! They don't have holes in this. That's kind of weird, actually, now that I notice. Yeah, so I gotta... That's the first thing I gotta be doing, like mark the holes on there and see where they should be ending up. And yeah, there's some like residue from... glue residue from tape or something over there, but that doesn't really really matter that much. The neck is, I mean, it's not slim, it's not super thick either, and the radius is, I think, pretty flat actually compared to many Strats. So that is nice because I like a flatter neck or fretboard. But yeah, so far looks so good. So next thing, I'm gonna start assembling this. Alright, so I went to the woodworking shop and I shaped the headstock. I do need to sand it a little bit still, but yeah, it's much nicer now. And then I did notice this when I was checking that all the parts are there. So the tremolo block. So that's like really thin, and for comparison, let's check my Jackson so we can see. So there you go. That's a nice block, and for comparison, I mean, that's so, it's like half of the one that's on the Jackson, but I think it'll do. But I just noticed, like, that's yeah, like a light one. So, but yeah, now I'm gonna just give it a little sanding, and I'll probably, before we even put this together, I'm gonna round these off because they are a little bit sharp. So I'm gonna be showing how to do that. Yeah, that's the next step. And then I'm just gonna put this together and we're gonna do a test play. After that, I'm gonna get to the fun, which is modifying this a little bit. That's where the fun begins, and this will become a little bit better, I think, in the end. But that's another part. I'm gonna separate this in two parts, this video, and the first one is doing the stock thing with all the parts that are included in the kit, and then I'm gonna do my modifications and make it a bit better, and if I need to, hopefully I don't, the fret leveling as well. All right, so I'll get sanding this, and after that's done, I'm gonna get back. All right, here we are, and got myself this little mat to put under. So yeah, here we are. As I mentioned, I did shape this, I oiled those parts, didn't spend too much time there, so I could have sanded it a bit better, but meh. So what I'm gonna do is I'll put the neck in, make sure it's nicely and tightly in place, and it looks like it is. Oh, then I will flip it around. I will put something underneath here so it stays flush, and then I will, because the neck didn't come, we have holes on the body, but we don't have any sort of placement on the neck for these. So I'm just gonna slightly press them on there, and that should give me a little bit of an indication where they need to be going. Yeah, well, that's nicely centered. So yeah, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drill a bit into those, because one time I remember building, so these are not, the metal on these could be better, so I don't want to end up breaking one of these when I get it in there. And what I'm gonna do is I'll take the measurement out of that. It's almost 4 millimeters, you know, the unthreaded part. So I'm gonna find something close to that. Ideally, you would like to do this with the bench drill, or what the hell it is called. Oh, I don't have that option here. So I'm just trying to get them go straight. I want them to be tight, but like I said, I wouldn't want them to so I'm just gonna take it easy and try to drive them in with I gotta check if it's sitting in the pocket like it should be, like all the way. If it doesn't, I might have fucked up. Yeah, it just doesn't sit all the way there, so yeah, it should be as in place as it gets. Yeah, it looks to sit like nice and straight, so in the end we'll see if I have to shim it in any way, and by that means putting something like really thin, you know, either on there or on that side. I don't think there's room, so I hope this will, like I said, sit straight. So yeah, of course, then I could start installing the tuners. That would be one course of action. So here we go. You get them in there. In the end, I might have to replace these if I want to end up with something that is actually enjoyable. All right, let's flip it around. The holes don't quite match up in a few spots, but, or actually on any one of them really, but that won't be an issue. I think they're aligned enough. Okay, there we go. And then I hope, but damn, so we don't have to screw the holes for this, so I gotta make them. Before I'm gonna drive these in. So yeah, I need to mark the spot and do a little bit of pre-drill. Again, we don't want these to break into the wood. Let's get these in there. Gonna drive them pretty far. It may look like, but okay, I hope that works. Yeah, it doesn't stick out, so it should be fine. Yeah. All right, so that's there. A bit more. And this kit came with 3 springs. You can always add more. Or you can, of course, also just block the whole tremolo system all together. Yeah, that's what we're gonna be installing next. So I'm gonna put these screws in. And yeah, you don't put these in like all the way. You need to leave a little bit of room for the tremolo knife edge to move. Yeah, there we go. So that's the way it should be moving. There we go. That's looking good. All right. And then I will actually open this and we'll see if it even looks like, you know, everything's running. Straight. Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. I think, yeah, it's looking pretty good. Yeah, I already see I gotta file down the knot a bit. The action would stay really high, so I gotta make that much better. There's room to adjust, not just a little. So, but yeah, the next step is to actually just install these. Then, before that, the string trees. All right, so, and I don't really like these ones. So if I'm gonna make this better, I'm gonna replace these with these ones that have rollers. So that's what I'm gonna do. And there's a pole piece. This one's longer and the other one's shorter. The longer one I put closer to the knot. All right, so yeah, now these things. Okay, and this one is the ground wire, and that will be soldered onto the bridge. So we're gonna get that on there. So yeah, you do need some tools like a soldering iron to actually get this all done. Oh yeah, can I? Oh damn. Damn, it's so tight. I can't. Can I just squeeze it under there? Oh, without taking the neck off. Oh man. It's routed so tight. Damn it. Oh man. That's annoying. There we go. All right. So that being in place, now this is stupid easy. Let's see. Of course, let's make sure there the black wire goes. I don't think you can put this the wrong way around, but and like I said, at some point I'm gonna make the, or not at some point, pretty soon I'll be making the chuck better. So I said that this usually comes loose, and then you might run into some issues. So you can have a locking washer. All right, I found it. So, and then winding tip. You hold there, take it one back, or actually, how did it go? There, take it one back. Oh, yeah. There, and then you wind. All right, so there we can see everything's nicely lying. I don't have to do anything here, and yeah, it's And for now, it also looks like all I have to do with the frets is probably, you know, fix the ends. It's feeling pretty great. I'll see how I can adjust the action. The neck is actually feels like pretty, I'd say a little thick compared to the other ones I have. But all in all, yeah, I'm already like pretty pleasantly surprised by this. Let's hook up the tremolo. Yeah, nice action there. I wish they would come with little spring that you can put on the hole there, so it kind of like tightens this up a little bit so it's not so wobbly. But there's a few other tricks I usually do for that, which is the shrink tube on this part, and that makes it less wobbly. Now, the last thing. Let's hook this up and solder it on there. Oh, that should do it. Yes, there it is. All right, so now we can do this. Just use this. And as we can see, it seems to be working. I'll tune this up and then let's hear how it sounds like. The Stratocaster, let's focus on this for a bit and then I'll tell a little bit about the pedalboard. And yeah, everything works. So I have the volume. Works fine. The switch works. Let's actually kick off the tube screamer. Tones work just fine, so everything's working. What else could I say? I'm gonna be changing the strings. The set is like a 10 or something, and that's why I'm not gonna adjust the truss rod yet, because when I put lighter strings it might actually be just fine without any adjustment. But for now the action is quite high. I want it lower, and yeah, it's a bit too much, a little too much relief to my taste. And of course the intonation was actually really, so we can actually see if I press that one, that goes into my tuner, which is always on. So so the intonation was good straight out of the box. I didn't have to do anything with these. I can just keep them there pretty much, depending of course when I change the lighter strings. Yeah, and everything sounds fine. Of course there's a few problems, and well, not problems, but let's say features that a Strat might have. And I'll get to those in the second video, where I'm actually gonna, well, modify this a little bit further and make it sound and play much better, especially for the price of 85 euros. I am really happy with this one. And the tuners have been actually really good. They stay in tune well, so I've been surprised by that as well. And all in all, just great, you know. I can still, like, after putting this together and played this for a few days now, I can really recommend this. And yeah, let's then check out the pedalboard a little bit. So I had a reverb and delay on, and those effects are after the amp and my cap here. And first I'm running in this pedal that would let me choose between another input, and that's running on the DI box, which would let me take a DI signal, direct signal, unaffected by the pedals, into my interface. Then we go this box, which works as a mood and tuner, so when I press that, the signal goes into my tuner. From there we go to a compressor. And this, I'm gonna share a little trick right now. And this is why I love compressor. So we got this little crunchy sound. Well, that added a little bit sustain, but let's hear what happens when I have to. And then I want to clean up the guitar with my guitar volume. Well, yeah, it gets cleaner, but we can't hear anything. So then, the compressor. So now, you can do cool things with this. And that's why I always want to have a compressor on my board. And there we hear the Strat hum. And that's also what we can affect with my modifications that I'm going to do. A few tricks, but yeah, we need a noise gate on my board. So that's on my shopping list actually. All right, and yeah, after the compressor, I am actually going into Flanger. Then I could kick on, well, bone tender, tone bender, yeah. and especially then I would need a noise gate on my board. And then I got some, well, I got the modified tube 9, and then I got my you gotta hit some. All right, and yeah, that's my pedalboard. This was the Harley Benton do-it-yourself Strat, which at least I got a good copy, a very good one. I really dig this one. So yeah. Okay, and now it's played. We heard how it sounds like, and what do I think of it? Well, I am really pleasantly surprised. I think this is also actually full thickness. The square ones can be like thinner, lighter. So this feels like a, well, actual Strat in that sense. Everything works, everything aligned nicely. It, not comfortable to play. I think this string set is probably 10 or something. I'm used to playing 8 now, so when I'm gonna make this, do all the modifications, get this better, I'm gonna change into lighter strings. So that's what I'm gonna do. The action wasn't that bad. I need to adjust the truss rod. So there's a bit too much clearance. I have to tighten the truss rod, and well, I'll see if that works too. The controls working. I think there probably is not going to be, I won't need to do any fret work, but I might do this thing called sloping on the higher frets from up to 15. So I'm gonna just gradually lower them towards the bridge, and that way I can also get the action a bit lower, which is what I like. What else? Yeah, the neck is quite thick compared to my other guitars, but I'm just gonna leave that. This is gonna be a certain kind of guitar, and for certain kind of stuff I wanna play, so I'll deal with it, but not ideal for me at least. So normally I would probably reshape it. This one, not going to. All in all, with minimal tools, you can get a very nice guitar for yourself, and it's a good one to practice setup on. So follow my tips on how to set it up on the next video about this. And of course, it's a good platform for your own modifications as well. And the tuners weren't actually as bad as I suspected. So for now, it seems that they are holding in tune pretty well. But do I recommend this? Yes, I do. I'm gonna get myself a real nice playing and feeling Stratocaster out of this. Alright, I'm off. See you on the next one where I set that Strat up. Thanks. I'm off. Bye.